Hey
Custom truck
guys,
is.
what's going on? And it is Friends Who Game finally back once again with another video. And it's been a long while, um, but that's partly my fault because I've been sorting out some issues with my computer. Corey did do an update. Yeah, so we're gonna get in. So introduce yourselves, guys.
Hi.
I.
Nice.
I'm not
So
here.
yeah, we've got no Kofi today. He's only been in one of the videos, I think. So you're not used to seeing him you're not used to seeing him anyway, if I can speak properly. So yeah, how you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty good, thank you for asking. I'm playing Kirby's Adventure. Kirby's Return to Dreamland, as they say. It's pretty fun, actually.
You know, you beat it as well. So I mean, for anyone who gives a shit, it is Jonathan's birthday today. So
Yay!
Wow.
Go me!
I kind of forgot until we started the video. So luckily I remember that. But yeah, this is gonna be a little thing we do where we're just gonna be talking about gaming, I guess. So yeah, if we
Because we
just
love
crack
them
on with the
video games.
video, that'll be good. Okay, so if any of you did realize, it was an anniversary of Kirby's the other day. It's
Really?
got yeah, I was actually. I didn't realize.
I also did not realize that.
It was something. It was an anniversary of something. I'm not sure if it was like a year anniversary or like maybe the amount of games it's had. But I just want to go over that a little bit with you guys. So, because it did bring on to the fact that you're playing Kirby at the moment. But yeah, I mean, there's been a few Kirby titles over the years. There's a lot of Game Boy games, Kirby's Dream Land, on the
Kirby
SNES,
Amazing.
Kirby
Uh,
Superstar.
there's been some great games.
So
It,
yeah, I think my favorite is the SNES one, practically because I just think that one has the best music overall. I mean, obviously it's a bit, you know, it's grown older. Music has evolved. Audio has evolved in games over the years, but I still think the sounding of that music is really, really good to this day. Corey, have you ever
it's
played a
basic.
Kirby game?
I have not
You
played a
bitch.
Kirby game.
You bitch.
Well, you're missing out. It's the best game.
Oh, honestly, Kirby is my favorite Nintendo character. Just the way he looks, coupled with the fact he can eat worlds, is the best.
He is a galaxy.
Honestly, the pink things in things, just like DBZ.
The pink things in gaming.
The pink things he gets, like DBZ. You see Majin Buu, he just cuts everyone open and stuff with his head. But
Because
also, the new Kirby game came out the other day, didn't it? So
uh, new Kirby game. I don't
the
know which.
I forgot what it's called. That is bad journalism.
Oh, Kirby's
Rainbow
Rainbow.
Curse,
Yes.
Rainbow Curse, which is always nice. Obviously, there's been a few Kirby games over the years. I mean, there's been Kirby Mass Attack, Kirby Return to Dreamland. There's been Kirby Triple Deluxe.
They're all good games, though. I mean,
They've gotten worse, I think. I mean, Epic Yarn was pretty cool. I still think Epic Yarn is cool. I'm not sure how you feel about Epic Yarn, but I think it looks pretty cool.
I don't know. I have some mixed feelings about it, but I like it nonetheless.
So yeah,
I
that
mean,
was Kirby through the years. But yeah, Kirby, my favorite Nintendo character. Corey, any opinions on the little pig ball?
Uh, it's cool, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't played the game, but he's cool. Um, but yeah,
but everyone loves him.
on to the next topic of agenda. John, you just watched the Hatred trailer.
Yes, I did.
Your opinions on the Hatred trailer?
Very dark and gritty. That's always nice in a game, I think. T and
Says
usually,
he who plays only Nintendo games.
oh, shut up!
Yeah, but dark and gritty is an understatement because I'm not sure if you knew, but Hatred has undergone a lot of controversy over Steam, where
Really?
it's we don't really see these type of games. I mean, we saw it in Postal and Manhunt, but it's the fact he's killing innocent people. We don't really know which people there are. Maybe children in the final game because this developer obviously loves a bit of controversy. But more on that is the fact it was removed from Steam, and then Gabe Newell went to the developer personally and apologized for removing the game and placed it back on Steam. But do you think it should be released, or do you think it should be banned, or what are your opinions, guys?
Well, I don't see a lot of bad in it, so I wouldn't mind seeing a re-release. But, that's
I
just
don't.
me.
Well, the thing is, you see movies, and movies obviously have been about different things. Oh, for God's sake, Jonathan, that Hoover is gonna
I don't.
technical difficulties. But yeah, if you look at movies, there's been a lot of controversy in movies, but they still allow them to air. I mean, you see the interview being a prime factor for killing Kim Jong Un. They Sony did eventually release that because it is freedom of speech, and we've seen children die in movies. We've seen a lot of controversial topics in movies. But say if a game developer were to make a game featuring a paedophile character, do you think that would be able to release?
Actually, I take that back.
But what I
I
mean
don't think
is,
it's.
I think people, if people are going to take gaming seriously as is ever evolving, I think people need to see it as a media, see it as a piece of media, if you will, and see it as they see movies, as they see other products of media, and allow freedom of speech. I mean, it's going to be rated by the ESRB or PEGI. It's going to be rated, and if you don't want to be, no one said you had to play at the end of the day. That's my opinion. Corey,
True.
I share the same opinion, honestly.
you're a
I
little
mean,
bitch. I think you should talk.
I don't want to talk.
Well, this is a YouTube video. That's what you got to do.
Oh, sorry. No,
Personally,
I do think that it should be. Well, I mean, like games are being treated in the same way as all new media was being treated when it came along. Comics were treated in the same way as games being treated now when they first became a popular thing. So
That's true, and I think gaming's becoming one of the main things of the media. I think it's becoming a very big,
these are all piles of crap.
a lot bigger than it used to be, and I think gaming is going to be bigger than a lot of forms of media in the coming in the future. I think gaming is uh, the right step forward in our society, but that's my opinion, and that's my opinion, I guess. So yeah. So on to the next one. How are your feelings on early access games?
I. Hmm, I don't think. Actually, I'm not really sure because
Well,
I play
early access
Nintendo.
games. Well, it's become a big thing usually with Steam, where a developer would release a game. Are you quite finished, Corey?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Where a developer would release a game on early access on Steam and say, "We're gonna finish it. We're gonna finish it. Please give us the money so we can finish the game." And we see with games recently like Stomping Land, who have run with the money and have promised to finish the game and have not followed up on the promise and stopped development of the game, even though people have paid money to see this game finished and to get the full version of this game. Now, what are your opinions on that?
Sometimes it can be really bad, for example, with Stomping Land, because personally, that's just being rude. If the game wants to be like, if they want to make a good game, they shouldn't just like ask the people to like give money if they already have enough. If you know what I mean.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, asking for donations when they don't really need it, but it's the fact that they started development on this game and then they've refused to finish it because obviously something's gone wrong with development or they're just too plain lazy and then they've basically stolen the money they've taken for donations, which I think is quite disgusting, and I think is one of the reasons why early access games are bad. Also, I think people people buy early access games hoping for the release, and as we see with DayZ, DayZ has been in early access for a very long time, and people have paid money towards this game, and it's still very buggy, very glitchy, and I think it gives developers a lot more leniency when it comes to developing games because they can just be like, oh yeah, we'll finish it then, we'll finish it in a month, we'll finish it in 2 months, we'll finish it 3 months time. It doesn't really matter to them. They're still getting the money at the end of the day to produce this game, and they don't really have a time frame to do it, and they can just finish it whenever they want because people have already given them the money. So yeah.
Kind of feel bad though because all the people who wanted the game and like them just being like, oh hey, you want this game? No, you can't have it. No.
Well, that's what I mean. With any other forms of media, this would be very, very frowned upon, and this would, I mean, say with a movie, if someone got donations to make this big movie, this big production, got $1 million to make this big production, it's a lot of money, and then they stop making it and they ran with the money. Can you imagine how the media would react to that?
It would be very mixed.
I think everyone would be a lot more catered for, the ones who've donated than the ones who've donated for this game. Because Steam's one of Steam's policies of early access, and I think Steam need to crack down on early access a lot more and give developers a time frame in which they have to finish their game, or it'll be taken from Steam. That's my opinion, anyways.
I personally agree with that though, because I
Yeah,
just they should really crack down with it, because if they don't, then a lot of people will take advantage over it, and then what's gonna happen to that? You know?
Corey.
Well, early access games are good in the case of Rust,
Oh yeah,
which
Rust is a very popular game.
it's also basically people were complaining about a lot of things in Rust. They said, oh, okay, took it back to the drawing board, remade all of it, and now it's great.
Which is
But
obviously good
then,
because they can just change it because it is in early access and they're allowed to just change the game up.
yeah, see, that's a good point about early access. But then there's those titles that don't do that,
And then they just take the money.
like the Stomping Ground.
Yeah,
And, there's been a lot of cases where there's been these amazing ideas, but that's all they are.
ideas. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, well, in some early access games they do work out. They come out. I mean, before early access came out with Steam, you had Minecraft, and that was released in beta, and that game kept progressing and getting updates and making it the best game they possibly could. And they got the money and they finished the game. And obviously, Minecraft is one of the most popular games of all time. It's on every system apart from Nintendo consoles, which is I still think it's quite strange that it's not on the 3DS, to be honest with you. But now that Microsoft owns it, I doubt that will be the case. Um, but yeah, that's enough about early access. So the new 3DS, when did that come out, John?
It came out on February the 13th.
February 13th. So it's been out for a solid 8 9 days now. Do you reckon it's gonna get a good reception?
Well, even though it's exactly the same, just with like a C stick and stuff, I think it might get some good, it might get a good audience. Uh, I'm not sure if I should get one though, because it's exactly the same as the 3DS, and
See, the problem I have with these things that Nintendo do is, people who are, I wouldn't say naive, but a bit younger, the younger audience, like when they brought out the Wii U. The Wii U, some people confused it as thinking it was just another Wii, another version of the Wii. They can still play the Wii U games on their Wii. And
yeah,
I feel like some kids they don't understand it. Like same with this new 3DS now, and Xenoblade is coming out on the 3DS only, the new 3DS only. And some kid wants to get the game, and he only has the normal 3DS XL with the old one as it's called now. He has the old
yeah,
3DS XL, and he says, "I want this game." Goes to the shop, buys the game, goes home, tries to play it on his 3DS. Nothing happens because it doesn't work on his 3DS. And he doesn't understand this because there's no real differential to say this is a new console. And we use that as a child's mind of innocence, where you see the new 3DS, and if he doesn't understand the difference between this and this, it can't be too big of a difference. Do you understand?
yeah,
If the console can't be that different, it can't be worth an extra 100, £150 on top of what you've already paid because it's got a new C stick, because of the better 3D. Because I know personally, even though 3D is better, I would not want to play my games in 3D because although the 3D was bad on the original 3DS, I still think it would give you eye irritation, headaches. So in my opinion, I wouldn't want to play through a game on 3D.
you have a fair point.
But yeah, the new 3DS, I think maybe when it gets a price drop, I'll pick it up because I only have a 2DS now and I never had a 3DS XL, so maybe a good purchase for me if I'm going to get a bigger 3DS. But it'll come with decisions after we see what exclusives come out. Speaking of exclusives, Xenoblade Chronicles is coming out on the Wii U. You picking it up, John?
Okay, I might. I don't. I need to start to enjoy new games because I've only stuck to like platformers, racing games, stuff like that. So I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the graphics look absolutely amazing for the Wii U's hardware. I think the graphics are really pushing the boundaries of the system, considering the system came out in 2012. And I think it's really looking nice. And the gameplay, uh, I've never really been a fan of that type of gameplay, but honestly, it looks like a very fun game. Jonathan's Hoover invading his house once again.
I'm sorry. I didn't know my mom was gonna be like hoovering and stuff, but
Well,
whatever.
I mean, that's just great. That's what you need. That's what you need.
You need a bit of audio clipping in your
Yeah,
life.
awesome. awesome. But Xenoblade, for the price tag it has, I think it's pretty decent. Like, because Wii U games they don't sell for as much as the next gen consoles, the Xbox One, and the PS4. I think the price tag it has and the amount, you get a lot of content for what you're paying for, which is what I
Yeah,
like. But
Nintendo has been like good with that.
well, yeah, you get a lot of content for what you pay for. If you look at Mario Kart 8, they give you a lot of free DLC. You get the party experience. You've got the countless maps, the characters, the carts to all unlock. You can smash the characters to unlock. The competitiveness, obviously the party aspect, tons of replayability with your friends. Mario Party, same again. The platformers of Mario, a lot of content, a lot of worlds. Obviously the co-op mode, it gives you a lot of replayability, which is what a lot of people like about Nintendo. But
Pretty
yeah,
much.
on to the next one. I'm gonna ask Corey next. Corey, what is a sequel or a HD remake you would like to see of a video game?
Uh, you won't be surprised when I say this. Crash Tag Team Racing.
See, that is an interesting choice because have you ever played Crash Team Racing on the PS1?
Yes, I have.
That's often seen as a far superior game to Crash Tag Team Racing. So, explain your choice.
Well, the first one I played was Tag Team Racing, and I played it a lot. That was the first game I ever properly completed.
Oh, okay.
I loved it. It plays well,
Yeah,
like
it's good.
really,
The adventure
really
mode is
well.
pretty cool for a kart racer, I think.
The multiplayer is great.
Hmm.
The racing works brilliantly, and it's just a great game.
Yeah, I think it's a good game. John, what have got an idea of what you'd like a sequel for, or maybe a HD remake for?
I'm not really sure because I don't. I'm not sure. I guess if I would really want to say this, I think probably a HD remake of Metroid.
Oh, the trilogy or the one on the SNES or what?
I think the trilogy,
The
the
trilogy.
Prime trilogy. That'd
Explain
be
your
kind of
choice.
cool. I don't know. I mean, they already did the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker uh,
That's true. That was a beautiful HD
HD
remaster.
release.
But I think if I was going to choose one, um, I think that's a tough choice. A sequel. Um, I don't know. Obviously, my Battlefront sequel's coming out, which is always nice. So I've always wanted another Battlefront game, which is coming out. But other than that, I mean, I don't really hope for many other sequels because I feel it could ruin the franchise, judging on the track records of some sequels that have come out long after a game's franchise has passed. Like you look at Duke Nukem Forever.
Oh God,
Oh,
no!
it was
Don't
most awful.
just no, please.
So yeah, I mean, it's a tricky one. It's a very tricky one. But obviously the Battlefront's coming out, and I cannot wait for that. So yeah, I think that'll be probably it for this first whatever this is. What is this?
I don't even know. Is it a podcast?
A podcast talking thing. Yeah,
I mean, I guess.
I guess we'll come up with a name after it ends. But yeah, we've been friends who game. We'll catch you in the next